All right, shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of the show. Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show, man. A bit of news to go on as the Saints have made a move. The Saints have resigned veteran safety for depth in free agency. The Saints are bringing back a familiar face for 2026. Shout out to Sports Illustrated on the scoop as the Saints make a move and they bring back a defensive back for depth purposes as well as special teams purposes. Saints are bringing back familiar face to help the defense. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo reported that the Saints are re-signing safety and special teams ace Terrell Burgess. The Saints are re-signing the safety and special teams contributor who appeared in 16 games last season for the Saints, according to Garafolo, and the Saints are bringing them back. Good move. Now, Terrell Burgess is a 5-year NFL veteran with 59 games of NFL experience under his belt. He appeared in 12 games or more just 3 times in his career to this point, but one of those seasons did come in 2025 as a member of the Saints. Burgess played in 16 games for the Saints, including 1 start in 2025 in his first campaign with the team. He was a 3rd-round pick by the Rams back in 2020. In the draft, and then he spent time with the Rams, Giants, Commanders, and finally with the Saints. Now, the role with the Saints in 25, he saw the field 115 times on defense, 205 snaps with the special teams, and he finished the season with 3 pass defense and 22 total tackles. On defense, quarterbacks completed just 30% of their passes against him in coverage, was 3 for 10 for 43 yards. On the first look, Burgess' role is likely to be similar to what he did in 25. So Burgess is a safety, which is a position the Saints are loaded with Justin Reed, Julian Blackmon, Jonas Sanker, and he is likely to be behind these players on the depth chart as safety, while also getting times with the special team. Now, in terms of the next step for the Saints, who are projected to just have over $14 million in salary cap space, according to Over the Cap, the biggest roster hole for New Orleans is the number 2 wide receiver spot behind Chris Olave. The Saints entered the offseason needing to bolster the receiver room and haven't accomplished it yet, but there's still plenty of time left to do so. Plus, the 2026 NFL Draft will be here on April the 23rd, which could help solve that problem. So also the Saints should be all over a contract extension for Olave as well. Wide receivers are getting paid. Jackson Smith and Jigba landed a 4-year deal at 168.6 on Monday. Olave isn't likely to get a deal at that level, but he's surely going to get paid well himself. The longer the Saints wait, the more the price will rise. But nonetheless, the Saints have signed Terrell Burgess back to the team. So shout out to Terrell Burgess. This is a move that the Black and Gold have it's a solid move. The Saints are just basically bringing back some of the core guys that were good. And shout out to Burgess, because when he was in there, he did make some plays, especially if y'all remember in training camp and in practices, Terrell Burgess was stepping up, handling the business for the team in a special team capacity. He's a solid little safety. And like I said, the Saints have good depth in the safety room. And of course, we still know the star position yet to be determined. The Saints could look at and fill out in the draft with guys like Caleb Downs, depending on if he falls to them at that position at number 8. The Saints could address that need and more in the first 5 picks within the first 4 rounds of the draft. Saints have 8 overall, but 5 inside the top 4 rounds, which is just phenomenal in that way. So anyway, this is what it is. And of course, like a good cap check right here before we leave the broadcast, 14.1 plus according to Over the Cap currently. Now, like he mentioned, the Chris Olave, look at the base salary application, 15.4 is Chris Olave. That's the extension on the table. And then, of course, you looked at the Cesar Ruiz is the next biggest. If they need to free up more money, they could restructure and rework Cesar Ruiz's deal, Pete Werner's deal, Devine Gaggio's deal, Nate Shepard's deal. There's still a couple of deals on the docket if the Saints need to kind of work more magic to get more money. There's still options there at their disposal. But nonetheless, how do you feel about this? The Saints bringing back Terrell Burgess, a key special teams guy, also a good depth piece for the Saints, a solid player in my estimation for the team. With that being said, that's what I got for you. Please feel free to hit the comment section with your thoughts on the Saints bringing back Terrell Burgess. and let us know how you feel about the Olave situation as well. That seems to be the hot talking point right now with the team anyway. Shout out to the family members. Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Please feel free to get your prop bets in at FanDuel. Shout out to the Patreon champions and YouTube membership family. Got a new show coming up, new mock draft BPA style that'll be appearing tonight for Patreon and our YouTube membership family. If you want to join, go to www.patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. That's patreon.com/the Pro Media Network to join. Also have access to our On Cue news show as well as the On Cue archives that are available there, as well as our film breakdown and more content. With that being said, that's all I got. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. Big Q representing the mighty Who Dat Nation. I'll holler at you on the next one. Much love, peace, and Who Dat too.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.